Hello everyone and welcome back to some more Hearthstone. So far, we're on a little bit of a winning streak, going 3-0 on our last 3 games. Overall, we've lost 2, won 4. It's a pretty decent way to go so far. But we're on winning our last 3, so we're getting double the points for each. Hopefully get that continued. Now, we're going against another priest. Not exactly my preference here. Have had a couple of bad games against some priests, but getting rid of mind control. I'm gonna get rid of the divine spirit in favor of hopefully getting some lower cost minions, and we do get that. We now have the pretty good curve past turn 1. Get the Beckoner of Evil out, then start working with the Twilight Elder and the Light Spawn. And Blade Master gives us a little more utility in that we're able to, where if we need more attack, we can put out a Blade Master as opposed to the Twilight Elder. I would like to place the Twilight Elder out instead, though. It is my preference. Twilight Geomancer. It's a taunt, but it's not the best. I'm going to put out the Beckoner of Evil. Looks like we're against a similar deck here with the Cthulhu buffing. Hopefully he doesn't have as good of a curve as we do in our hand right now. He does have the coin, though. We played that to get the Geomancer out. And he attacks us with it, which... okay, he's gonna heal out. It's not too bad. Probably put the Blade Master out just so we can kill it. I'm not gonna use Holy Nova this early, even if we could. And I'm not gonna attack with the Beckoner of Evil, because there's no real reason to waste even more HP and probably just let him trade into us. Twilight Elder is a good card to play next turn, so is Light Spawn. Or we could Divine Spirit if we wanted to. I'm not really seeing a reason to. Light Spawn. Just continue gathering board control here, and then Twilight Elder and Divine Spirit maybe on the Light Spawn. Or else heal if we really need to. It's a pretty decent board to Holy Nova if he has some minions out that would be good against it. Shadow Word Death's not too bad. Takes up his entire turn to get rid of one of our minions. We draw Cthulhu, which is good. Just gonna heal up our Blade Master, put out a Twilight Elder. He's got a pretty good card advantage, but we have a solid board control advantage on our own with both Holy Nova and the 3 of these. Doomcaller's a good late game option, so is Cthulhu, of course, that's why he's in the deck. Nice to draw maybe a mid-game minion or 2, or a way to draw cards at least. That's going to take a few hits to get rid of if we can draw Shadow Word Pain here. And that's not Shadow Word Pain, but it helps to get rid of him pretty easily. Hit with both of these, and then we can just throw her into it. Heal him back up past 1 health, and then start hitting him back. 12 HP, 12 attack, and Cthulhu's good. We've got still some strong board presence. He's down a lot more health than us, 10 more. Like what we've got here's that Shadow Word Pain, a Holy Fire. Holy Firing that, it's not the worst thing that could happen. I would like to get the buff still, but this isn't the best board to have an empty board against you. I mean, we could buff him up to 410 instead of where he's at, which I guess we'll do. Gives us a nice card that has some staying power. Because 4 damage is that nice little median between the under 3 and the above 5 that the Shadow Word Pain and Shadow Word Death have. Our Cthulhu is stronger than his as well. Next turn we have the Doomcaller. I'd love to be able to use it to shuffle Cthulhu back into our deck, but the chance of Cthulhu being dead and us needing him back is pretty low, especially compared to the obvious benefit that the Doomcaller does for us when he's already down a Shadow Word Death. Other than that, if he floods the board, Holy Nova, of course, is a pretty good option. It's a bit annoying, we can still take it out. He heals. We're getting close to Cthulhu, and our Cthulhu is stronger than his, and we have mind control, so pretty good board presence is nice to have. I'm going to keep the board clear here, trading the 2-1 and taking some damage on the Blade Master. But we still have some good cards in our hand. Is that a second Shadow Word Death? Yep. Alright, so we have the 4/6 against whatever 5 mana stuff he has. And one more turn till we can Cthulhu. I'd love to get one more card just to buff it up the rest of the way. Or else something to give us pretty good board presence, since we lost our major one, but he can't Shadow Word Death Cthulhu now, so it's going to be a lot harder for him to take out. Since he's already used 2, unless he got one from the, I believe, Mind Vision he played, which is possible.
Do you know
Be a little bad for us, but it's possible, and definitely going to take that out as quickly as possible with the Shadow Word Pain. It's a pretty good way to use it. Clear off that, draw a card here. Get another Shadow Word Pain, not exactly what I was hoping for, but we can still heal up the Blade Master pretty well. For the entire game, he's been a really good staying point, continually providing value for us when we don't have anything else to play. If he would have gotten killed, I don't know if we could have taken him out easily otherwise. He's focusing fire on him quite a bit. Definitely going to take that out though. Could mind control it for ourselves, but I think... Do we Holy Fire here? No, I think we just... Holy Fire and then play Cthulhu on an empty board. I'm actually going to do that. Because we can get 14 damage on him if we do that, as opposed to taking out a bunch of small minions. Gives us 1 away from lethal next turn too. Let's 20 mana, summon a random minion at that cost. Deathwing. It's pretty big. Deathwing. I want to play Cthulhu, but I think this is the best play here. Just mind control Deathwing, then we play Cthulhu the next turn. Gives us pretty much guaranteed lethal unless he can kill off both Deathwing and the Blade Master. Because we have the 14 damage from Cthulhu as well. Alright, he's got his own Cthulhu. Blade Master's going to take a ton of that damage. But we should be able to take him out here pretty well with our Cthulhu play. Gets him down to where we can kill that off the Blade Master and then use Deathwing, finish him off, get another win. So now our 4 games in a row on this win streak, which will bring us down to rank 21. Doing pretty good. Glad to have gotten Deathwing there from him, especially. It kind of scared me a little bit there before I realized that we had the mind control, but after that, everything was pretty easy. Go to another one. We could get to rank 20 here. It's not too great, but at the same time, it's still a little bit of progress. I haven't played Hearthstone for quite a while now, but glad to get back in it against the Paladin. Horrible first draw, especially going first. Gonna scrap each of these, hopefully get at least a cleric or something. It's a lot better, but not good. Another 3 mana card. I really need something 2 or 1 mana on the next turn, or else we're not looking very good here. Tidecaller, so it's a Murloc Paladin. Which further emphasizes the fact that we need to continue to advance onward here. Ping. That's not too scary for us. Yeah, we don't have anything to play so far, which is really scary against this deck full of Murlocs, which is just going to get better and better. Probably just play Disciple of Cthulhu next turn to kill off the Tidecaller. Because that's continued to ball out of control for us. Or for him. Swordsmith. The Murloc deck's kind of peculiar, but at the same time, just take that out. Gets the 2-1 on the board, which doesn't trade very well with the board, but at the same time, we take out his biggest Murloc. Sir Finley and even the Master Swordsmith aren't too big of a deal. Injured Blade Master does big things for us, so does the Alchemist. if we can play until the late game, I think we have a pretty good advantage, and as long as he doesn't have anything bigger in his hand. Murloc deck he could. It's not the most likely thing. I think he probably just takes out the Cleric with Sir Finley and a Fire Blast here. Or else he just takes out the Blade Master with it. Which may be the better one here, because, well, I could summon another Blade Master and then heal that.
Drink with me, friend.
He's gonna pull that one back into his hand? I think he would pull the Tide Collar back just to get the extra Murloc, but that's interesting. Alright. He's gonna trade both in, which is actually really good for us, because we have just another one. Or do we Disciple of Cthulhu here? Yeah, I think this is the better play, actually. Clear his board and draw a card. Another Divine Spear, and then we have the Blade Master and heal next turn, or else Alchemist if we really need health, but I don't see that happening. Now that we have some board presence, especially with that, which seems to be a misplay. He does get the Hungry Crab buff there, but Hungry Crab is not the scariest minion you could have. Put out a Blade Master. Get another benefit from healing him up, draw another card. Light Spawn's great. And since the first couple turns, we've been drawing pretty well for the early game here. Once we get rid of these cards, we don't really have too many more options. We lose our draw there. And War Leader's definitely getting taken out. Pain thinks he's going to make him to where he is easily killable. But I'm thinking here we end up buffing him up pretty well. 12 health, or do we want 24, just something that can destroy Murlocs? I think we're going to clear his board off. And then if we need to heal up more, then we'll do that on an empty board. Because he's running out of cards, and once he runs out of cards, then he is not in the best place where it comes to the fact that he has just a ton of small minions there. And he's got to empty his hand. He does pull that one back, which is the better play than the probably mistake play that he had in the first one. Do we... That's definitely going down. Do we heal for 5 and put the 4-5 out, or do we put the 5-5 out that has more upside? I think we do the 5-5 and just do that. Take out the taunt. Get a 10-10 and a 4-8, which can kill off a lot of his minions. And we can sink at least one of his attacks plus a ping. The 1/1 oozes aren't going to be too big of a deal against us. What I really want now is a Holy Nova to just heal and kill off almost all of his board. If not, we're still in pretty good position here. We got the Darkshire Alchemist to heal us up more, put another decent sized minion on the board. And we have two really big guys. And they're definitely killing off the War Leader. Power Word Shield's good. I'll give it to him. Draws us Holy Nova, which is even better. Is this the right play to kill off the War Leader and then Holy Nova? I don't think it does much of a difference. We can just clear that. Kill him off. Go ahead and just kill the crab, then heal him back. A 1-1 versus a 4-7 and 11-11. We have the card advantage, so it's going to take some pretty big draw for him to overcome the advantage that we've gotten so far. Draws us both cards. Shadow Word Pain can pretty well counter most of what he can have. Kill off the Cold Light here pretty easily. And we got Shadow Word Pain too. Yeah, kill off the Cold Light Seer, get rid of the extra HP all the Murlocs are getting. put out a few more minions. Do we Shadow Word Pain here? I think we might as well. We don't get the Alchemist, but there's no reason to really bother with the Alchemist. We have Lethal next turn. We don't really have anything stopping us unless he drew something pretty big for 10 mana. We've been in a really good position since the first couple turns, and there we go. So we've won 5 in a row here, which is a pretty decent win streak. Gets us up to rank 20. Still climbing out of the bottom, but at least we're in a little more of a competitive area now. Thank you all for watching, and hope to see y'all again next time. And as always, feedback and support was always greatly appreciated, and hope to see y'all again next time.